Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Line Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between Harris and Max's Iron Hands and White Scars against my nothing to be seen, because it's Genestealer Cult popping up out of the underground. So the story that we've got going on here is that the White Scars and Iron Hands were called in to help purge a xenos uprising that had occurred on this planet that was in full force, taking over the entire planet and overthrowing the governor, and the Space Marines had to be sent in to go do a little purging, which they do on the weekends on the side. So they came in here to take out this Genestealer Cult, that had uprisen over here. So that is the story that we've got going on. We are going to be playing the Beachhead Mission from Chapter Approved 2018. Essentially, there are 3 objectives. One back over here. We got one in the middle, and then there's one back over here in the back corner here. Essentially, starting on turn 2, each of these objectives will score you points based upon which ones you hold. If you hold the one in your deployment zone, you score 1 point. If you hold the one in the middle, you score 2 points. And if you hold your opponents, you score 3 points. So essentially, you can have a max of 6 points per turn from those objectives. There's also First Strike, Slay the Warlord, and Line Breaker. So that's the mission, and that is the story that we've got going on here. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Genestealer Cult, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the first battalion detachment, I have a Patriarch, a Magus, and a Primus. We have a 10-man Neophyte hybrid squad with autoguns and 2 10-man Acolyte hybrid squads. One squad has 4 heavy rock saws and one squad has 3 heavy rock cutters. We have a Nexus. We have 2 rock grinders with clearance incinerators and cache of demo charges. For the second battalion detachment, leading it off, we have a Patriarch, a Magus, and an Abominant. This will be an Anointed Throng detachment. We have 3 Acolyte hybrid squads. We have 2 5-man squads with demo charges and 1 7-man squad. The sergeant has a hand flamer. We have 2 8-man aberrant squads, 1 with hammers and 1 with power picks. They're good to go. Then for the Vanguard detachment, leading it off, we have an Acolyte Icon Ward. We have a Locust. We have a Clamavis. We have a Kellermorph. And last but not least, we have a Sanctus. So for the Space Marines, they'll be running a battalion detachment of Iron Hands and a Vanguard detachment of White Scars. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Chaplain in Terminator armor and a Captain with a Power Sword and Stormbolter. We have 2 5-man tactical squads and a 5-man scout squad with sniper rifles. 1 tactical squad has a sergeant with a chainsword bolt pistol and a missile launcher in the squad. The other squad has a chainsword plasma pistol and a plasma cannon. We have 2 5-man Terminator squads. 1 squad has storm bolters, and one of the guys has a cyclone missile launcher and a chain fist. The others have thunderhammer and storm shields. And we have a Storm Talon with Typhoon missile launchers and twin assault cannon. Then for the White Scars Vanguard detachment, we have a captain on a bike with the armor Indominus, a power sword, and a Stormbolter. We then have 3 3-man veteran squads on bikes. Each squad has a sergeant with a power sword and Stormbolter. Each squad also has a meltagun and a plasma gun. Then we have a 4-man veteran bike squad. Sergeant has a power sword and a Stormbolter. The other 3 guys have power fists and storm shields. We have 2 separate attack bikes with multi-meltas. And then last but not least, we have a Storm Talon with Typhoon missile launchers and twin assault cannon. All right, so those are the armies that are going to be fighting it off. Going over deployment now, we have one of the 5-man tactical squads with the plasma cannon back over in this building. We've got an attack bike here. We've got veteran squad. We've got his captain. We've got the 4-man veteran squad and the other 2 3-man squads over here with an attack bike back here. We've got the 2 Storm Talons here. We've got the other 5-man tactical squad along with the captain back over here on the objective. We've got the scout squad up in the building over here. In Deep Strike Reserve, he has his 2 Terminator squads and the chaplain with Terminator armor. Going over deployment for the Genestealer Cult. I'm not telling. I'm not showing you. I just decided I'm not going to. Blips for days. So what we've got here is all the blips for the units that are on the table. Technically on the table under these blips, we have the 2 rock grinders with 5-man acolyte squads with the demo charges inside of them. We've got a neophyte squad. We've got a patriarch. We've got 2 of the 2 aberrant squads. We also have a neophyte squad and a 7-man acolyte squad. That's what's technically under these blips, but I'm not going to show you where they are because I don't have to, because my opponents are going to be going first. I do not wish to seize, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Space Marines here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Space Marines here on turn 1. His Storm Talon flew up over here. We've got all the bikes moving up closer over here, not within 9 inches, which is why I have this little handy-dandy little ruler that comes with the codex showing it can't get within 9. You've got more of the bikers. We got the other Storm Talon, and then the 2 tactical squads, the captain and the scout squads, stayed where they were. So now what I do is with the codex, with the blip markers, which actually, as of filming today, literally the FAQ came out as we were setting up to play this game, and I read through it pretty good, that they verified that the blip markers actually count as being on the table for the first turn here. So I will now reveal where each of those different units are. All right, deployment for the Genestealer Cult here, putting them down here after their movement phase. I've got my 7-man acolyte squad back in the corner here. I've got the 2 rock grinders here, each of them having a acolyte squad with the 5-man with the demo charges inside of them. I've got my Sanctus back over here in the building. I've got my neophyte squads, and I've got my Nexus. I spent 1 CP for line and weight, they came from below, which allowed me to put the three other units back into underground as opposed to coming out on this ambush with the blips. So I put them into Deep Strike there. I put them into Deep Strike. I put the 2 aberrant squads and the Patriarch that had also been on the table. They're now underground somewhere on this table. So that is it for the deployment, basically, for the Genestealer Cult. So we'll come back to you, no psychic phase, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for the Space Marines. All right, so starting off here, his Storm Talon is going to fire into my Rock Grinder over here. So the Tide Pod dice, doing the challenge there, are going to be his Twin Assault Cannon, and then the ones that aren't that are going to be the missile launchers. It's almost a year since that was a thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I guess this is my channel doing the Tide Pod challenge. So that's hitting on 3s because of strafing run, because he gets +1 to hit, even though but it's -1 because of moving with heavy weapon. These are strength 6 and what's the missile? 8. Strength 8 on the missile. So the missile is going to be wounding on 3. The others are going to be wounding on 5. So we've got 1 of each. So we've got -1 for the assault cannon there, +1 because he's in cover, and 50% obscured there. So looking for a 4-up save. Making it with a filfers. Woo! And then we've got a -2 for the missile launcher. So this is going to be looking for a 5-up save since it's +1 -2. And he's good with the 5-up. Now the other Storm Talon is going to fire the missile launchers into this Rock Grinder and the Twin Assault Cannon into my Acolyte hybrids over here. So these are going to again be hitting on 3s because it's -1 for moving, +1 for strafing run since none of these guys fly. No wings on these dude bros. So we'll do the missile launcher first. So hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. All right, so that's 2 hits, strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP -2. So these are going to be 6-up saves. Making both of them with fill faces. Woo! And now the Twin Assault Cannon firing into my Acolytes over here. These are also going to be hitting on 3s, so that's all but 2 hits. And then these will be wounding on 2s. So we've got all wounds there, so that's going to be 10 -1s. They're in cover there, so these are going to be 5-up saves. Making 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So that is going to be 6 dead, 1 guy still alive. Now the assault bike there is going to fire everything into my dude bro over here. So we've got the multi-melter first, hitting on a 4 because he moved. That is a hit, strength 8, so 3 to wound. No wound. Gonna spend a command point to re-roll that. Into a 5, so that is a wound. AP minus 4 is going to go straight through. So just D6 wounds. Getting 2 wounds. 6 up, ignoring wounds because of rugged construction. Nope, failing those. Takes 2 wounds. And now the twin bolters. In rapid fire range because of the beta bolter rules. The better bolter beta rules. Wounding on 3 wounds with those 3 6s. It's pretty good there. AP nothing, so these are just going to be 4 up saves. Failing 3 of them. Okay, so I can make 6 up saves. I just can't make 4 up saves. These are going to be 6 up, ignoring wounds. Making 1 of those, so I take another 2 wounds. And now the other attack bike is going to fire into this rock grinder over here. So we're going to have the multi-melter first. Hitting on a 4, that is a hit. Wounding on a 3, that is a wound. It's going to go straight through because AP minus 4, so it's going to be doing 2 wounds again. 6 up, ignoring wounds. Nope, not ignoring either of those. And now the bolters are going to fire in here. So that is all hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. Looking for a 3 up save because he's obscured. And he's good. All right, the missile launcher from this tactical squad is going to fire downrange into the one over here with the 6 wounds left. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength 8, so 3s to wound. No wound. All right, so the first veteran squad here is going to fire into my wounded rock grind over here. The melta gun's out of range, but the plasma gun's in range for a single shot, so we'll do that one first. Supercharge in here. That is a hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound.
And
AP minus
4 because of Storm of Fire.
Oh, Storm of Fire gives it +1 to the AP, so that is going to be on a 6 to wound. So that is going within 6 inches of him, right?
Yeah.
Yes, within 6 inches of his warlord there. It's going to give it +1 to the AP, so it's AP minus 4, so that's going to go straight through. So that's 2 damage, 6 up, ignoring wounds because of rugged construction. Nope, not ignoring anything. And then we've got 16 bolt gun shots because of the storm bolter on the sergeant and the twin bolters on everything else. Getting rapid fire, even though they're outside 12 because they're bikes with the better bolter beta rule. Hitting on 3s, we'll come back to that. All right, these are going to be re-rolling 1s. Or re-rolling 1 because it was 1 cock die. Re-rolling that, so re-rolling 1s because of the captain over there. All right, wow, that was a real good re-roll.
That's solid.
Real good re-roll. These are now going to be wounding on 5s.
And 6s will be AP minus 1.
6s are AP minus 1. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 4 regular armor and 4 with AP minus 1. So we'll do the AP minus 1s first. So he's out in the open there. So these are going to be 5 up saves. Making 1 of those so far. 6 up, ignoring wounds. Nope, not ignoring any wounds. So he's down to 1. So now I've got 4 more 4 up saves. Making 2 of those. 6 up, ignoring wounds.
Get those filter aces.
Oh, nothing there. So he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. So that is first strike. All right, so now the other bike squad there is going to fire into him over here. So this is going to be the plasma gun shot. That is a hit. That is not a wound. And now we've got 16 bolter shots coming in here, hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. Rerolling 1s because the captain. Nope, not a hit there. So these are now going to be strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we've got 2 AP minus 1s because of Storm of Fire. So these are going to be looking for 4-ups because he's obscured from this squad. Making 1 of them, failing 1 of them. Going to be a 6-up, ignoring wounds. Nope, so I take 1 wound from that one, and then I've got 1 3-up save because of being obscured. And he's good with the filters. And the other squad here is going to fire into him. So we've got the plasma gun. That is not a hit. And 16 bolter shots. Come back to you with that. Re-rolling because of the 1s. All right. And wounding on 5s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, we've got 2 AP minus 1, 2 regular saves. So we'll do the 2 AP minus 1, looking for 5-up saves because I don't have obscurement from them. Making 1, failing 1, 6-up, ignoring wounds. Nope, so I'm going to take 1 wound from there, and then looking for 4-ups on these ones. Making 1, failing 1, 6-up, ignoring wounds. No, so I take 2 wounds total. And now the 4-man veteran squad is going to fire. Just they only have bolters that they can shoot in here. So this is going to be 20 shots because there's that extra guy there. So hitting on 3s. Come back to that. Rerolling 1s because of the captain. And then these are going to be wounding on 5s because he's tough 7. All right, again, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we've got 3 -1s. So these are going to be looking for 5-up saves. Making 2 of them. And then 6-up ignoring wounds. No, feeling that.
Well, this squad doesn't have rocks.
And now his captain is going to fire into me over here. So here we go with his, this is going to be 8 shots because he's got the Storm Bolter. Hitting on 2s. So that's going to be all hits. Again, wounding on 5s. And 6s do the AP -1. So we've got 2 6s and, wow, that was real good. So we got 4 5s and 2 6s. So we got 2 AP -1, so 2 5-ups. Making 1, failing 1, looking for a 6-up ignoring wounds. And he ignores that wound. Woo! And then we've got 4 4-up saves to make. Oh no, I make them all. His snipers here are going to fire into my Acolyte hybrids. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That is all but 1 hit. These are now going to be wounding on 4s.
3s.
Oh, wounding on 3s, tough 3. Haha. So getting 2 wounds, one of which also has an additional mortal wound. So then we have 2 5-up saves. Making 1, failing 1. So 2 guys dead. And that is it for the Space Marines turn here on turn 1. I spent 2 CP to auto pass him, and they lost 2, so they cannot fail their leadership. So that is going to be it for the Space Marines turn. We'll come back to you after turn 1 after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. My Neophytes stayed where they were, along with my Nexos. My Sanctus stayed where he was. This squad over here, I spent 1 command point for cult reinforcements. Allowed me to bring back D6 of them. Rolled and got 5 more back over here. So we're back up to a 6-man squad. Started with 7-man squad, so you can't go over what you start with. This squad disembarked from the truck over here, moved up to there, and then my truck moved up is 6 inches up over here. And these are the other acolytes that were back over here that came out of the broken truck, and they moved up into cover over there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase since all my psychers are underground. All right, start off the shooting phase. This squad of acolytes is going to fire into his veteran bikers over here. We're going to start with the demo charge guy who's going to throw his demo charges at them. It's grenade D6, strength 8, AP -3, D3 damage. So we're going to have strength, so it's going to be a grenade D6, so D6 shots. Going to get 3 shots on this one. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll one of those. Nope, still don't hit it. Do I get the command point back? I do not. That's a lot of 1s. Okay, so it's gonna be 1 hit here. Strength 8. This is going to be wounding on 3. That is a wound with a fill first. AP -3. So they've got a 3-up invul save, and he's good. And then 4 auto pistols into him over there, hitting on 4s. That is going to be 1 hit, wounding on a 5. No wound. Clearance Incinerator is now going to fire into that squad there. So we're going to have 2d6 shots. These are auto hits. So hitting on auto hits, so 2d6 auto hits. Getting 3. These are going to be, already spent the reroll, so that's going to be strength 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -1. So 3-up auto invul save. No, takes a wound. And then the 3 auto pistols here are going to fire. Getting no hits. All right, so now my Sanctus here is going to fire into his captain over there with his sniper rifle. So it's going to be 1 shot, hitting on a 2. That is a hit. Strength 4, so wounding on a 5. That is a wound. AP -1, so 3-up armor save because he's got the armor Indominus. He's good. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Rock Rider is going to start by charging into his 4-man squad there. So these are going to be 20 shots, hitting on 6s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, re-rolling 1s for the captain there. All right, get a total of 4 6s.
Yeah.
So there we go. The reroll was good. That got you 3 more. He only had 1 from the first part there.
It's enough to
so
kill
these
it.
are going to be wounding on 5s.
That's not
getting
enough to kill it,
one
but-
wound and one regular save and one AP -1 because of Storm and Fire. So the AP -1 for 5 up. Yep. Nope. 6 up ignoring wounds. Nope. So that's going to be 1 down. And then 1 regular 4 up save. He's good with a Filth Burst. And he needs a 6-inch charge to get in over there. Not going to make it. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll this one.
I'm sorry.
Really freaking needed that. All right, as much as I would like to charge them in there, they're contesting that objective, or controlling that objective, I guess, because they're troop choices, holding that objective so they don't have to worry about, I'm going to keep him from getting those 2 points, and I can't risk them dying in combat or to Overwatch in order to make sure I hold that. So unfortunately, because he couldn't make a 6-inch charge, they are not going to charge in there. So that's going to be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 1. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the White Scars on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Space Marines here on turn 2. This talent, Storm Talon, shot up the board over this way. Looking at my dude bros over here. These bikers all moved up over this way. His captain here popped, what is it called?
Born in the Saddle.
Born in the Saddle, which allows them to advance, shoot, and charge. So basically Speed of the Raven, except for the White Scars. Then these guys stayed where they were on the objective over here. This squad moved up over this way. This attack bike moved up over here. He stayed still back over there. This Storm Talon moved over here. At the end of the movement phase, these Terminators dropped in back over here. And everything else stood still where they were. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so start of the shooting phase. His attack bike here is going to shoot into my rock grinder. So we're going to do melty here, hitting on a 3 because he didn't move. No, that is a hit. That is a wound. AP -4 is going to go straight through. So D6 wound, D6 wounds.
I doubt it.
You're 9 and 12. Nah. If he didn't move, you didn't have it last time. 4 wounds. So 4, 6 up, ignoring wounds. Ignored one of them, but that's not enough. He is going to die. Does he explode? Actually, 1 second. All right, so I am going to use the stratagem Rigged to Explode, which allows him to auto-explode because he's armed with equipped with a cache of demo charges. So it's going to do D3 mortal wounds to every unit within 6 inches, which is this squad, his warlord over here, my 2 guys here, and then this squad over here. So we'll just start in a circle going around here. So we'll do with his captain over here first, D3 mortal wounds. Gonna do 2 mortal wounds to him. This squad over here. Gonna do 1 mortal wound to them. That squad back there. 1 mortal wound to them. My dude bros over here. Gonna have 1 mortal wound to them. My dude bros over here. Gonna have 2 mortal wounds to them. And then these guys over here. Gonna have 2 mortal wounds to them. All right, so the Terminator squad here is going to fire Storm Bolters into my Nexus, and he's going to put frag missiles from the Cyclone Missile Launcher into my Neophytes. So we're going to go with the Storm Bolters first. He's going to be hitting on 3s. All right, come back to that. All right, so these are now going to be wounding on 3s. Strength 4, toughness 3. All right, we'll come back to you. All right, so 7 wounds. Going to have 4 up saves because of the cover there. All right, making 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, leaving him with 1 wound left. And then we got the 2 frag missiles into the Neophytes over here. So it's going to be 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved and he's heavy. Alrighty, so getting 4 hits. These are now going to be strength 4 or 3? 4. Strength 4, so 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP minus none. So these are going to be looking for 4 up saves. Making 2 of them. Now the Storm Talon is going to fire frag missiles into my character over here, and he's going to fire the Storm Talon, the Twin Assault Cannon into into the Neophytes. So we're going to do the frag missiles first. So we're going to get, can you see that? 6 shots are going to happen over here. All right, so these are going to be hitting on 3s because of strafing run. All right, so getting 5 hits. Strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 5 wounds, so I've got 5 4 up saves onto my Nexus. Making all but 2, So now I'm going to spend, I'm going to try to do unquestioning loyalty onto these guys over here. So it's on a 4-up. They get to pass on the wounds, basically. And he makes both of them.
You did fine.
And here comes the twin assault cannon, again hitting on 3s into my neophytes. Alrighty. And these are now going to be wounding on strength 6, so 2s. All right.
So that's going to be 6 minus 1.
6 AP minus 1s. So we have 6 5-up saves. 6, yeah, 5-up saves because they're in cover. Making 2 of them, so 4 more are dead. All right, now the other Storm Talon is going to fire twin assault cannon into my Acolyte squad here and frag missiles into my Acolyte squad over here. So we're going to do the twin assault cannon first. Hitting on 3s because of strafing run. All right, so all but 1 hit. These are now strength 6, so these are going to be wounding on 2s. All right, all but 2 wounds there, so that's going to be a total of 9 wounds. These are going to be looking for, these are AP minus 1, plus 1 because they're in cover, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so 6 are dead, which is the squad. And now the frag missiles are going to fire into this Acolyte squad over here. So 2 shot, looking for D6 shots. So it's going to be 5 shots that are going to be coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s because of strafing run. So getting 2 hits, strength 4, so 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP minus nothing, so looking for a 4-up save. He's good with the Filthers. Woo! And now this attack bike here is going to fire into this squad over here. So we're going to do the multi-melter first.
Hits.
That is a hit. Blowing him up on a 2. That's a dead guy. And then his bolters. That is going to be 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s.
3 wounds.
That is 3 wounds. 3 5-up saves. Making 1, but they're dead. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into my Genestealers here. Melt-a-gun is going to hit. Wound on 2. Oh, no wound. 12 bolter shots, hitting on 3s. Come back to that. And wounded on 3s.
He's doing captain stuff.
All right, so that is going to be 4 wounds.
If that
4-up saves. No Storm of Fire because he's out of range there.
Storm of Fire.
None of those. So here we go. 4-up saves. Making 3 of them. And now this squad here is going to fire into my lone Acolyte over here.
Melt-a-gun.
Melt-a-gun.
Miss.
That is not a hit.
Unload.
Plasma gun. Not supercharging. Getting
Reroll
good thing he
that
didn't. Rerolling 1 for 1 second. For the captain, so that's going to be 2 hits there. That is 2 wounds, AP minus 3, plus 1 is not enough for him to be alive. And these guys here are going to fire into my Sanctus over here. So they're going to have 20 shots here, hitting on 3s, because of Bolter Beta rule.
Thank you, Bolter.
All right. So a couple misses there. And then these are going to be strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. Here we go. All right, so that is
2, 4, 6,
oh, that's
8,
2 there.
9.
So it's going to be 8 wounds that are coming in here. So these are going to be looking for, he gets plus 2 because of cover, so that makes it up to a 3-up save. So failing 2 of them. All right, so now this squad with the Sergeant is the only one that can see my Sanctus over here, so he's going to fire here, 8 shots because he's got a Storm Bolter, hitting on 3s, re-rolling those 1s because he's within 6 inches there.
Good thing, too.
All right, so that's going to be 6 hits here. These are now going to be wounding on 3s.
6 is doing minus 1.
All right.
1 minus 1.
1 minus 1 and 2 regular saves. So we're going to have the minus 1 is looking for a 4-up save. He's good. And then we've got 2 3-up saves. Making them both. And now the captain's going to fire into him over here. These are going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of himself. All right, all hits. These are now looking for 3s to wound.
Okay.
All right.
6 wounds.
So we got 6 wounds, 1 of which is at AP minus 1. So we've got 1 4-up save. Nope, failing that one. And then we've got 5 3-up saves. Failing 1, I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that.
Nope.
Oh, come Come on! All right, so now into the charge phase, his Terminators here are going to charge into my dude bro over here, into both of my guys over here. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. I've got 3 auto guns and 1 auto pistol. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Nope, no wounds there. So he needs a 9-inch charge to get into my Nexus. No, does not make it. Gonna spend a CP to re-roll it, and he's in. All right, so we're gonna start into the fight phase here. We're gonna have 3 of the guys got into my neophytes over there, and then 2 of the guys got into my Nexus. So we're gonna go the ones into the neophytes first. The white ones are gonna be the power sword from the sergeant. The red are gonna be the power fist. The yellow orange are gonna be the chain fist. So these are gonna be hitting on 3s and 4s. All right. So these are now going to be wounding on 3s and 2s. Yeah, they did. And then we got the 2 power fists into the Nexus. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. This is going to be wounding on a 2. No wound. All right, I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll it. Let's see if I get the command point back. I do not. And he's dead. And that is it for the Space Marines turn here on turn 2. There is literally no Genestealer Cults on the table here. Good thing being wiped only counts at the end of the battle round, because we will come back to you after the Genestealer Cults arrive on the table here on turn 2.
Yeah.
Just when the Space Marines thought they had successfully purged this planet of the xenos threat, boom! Out came from underground a whole host of Genestealer Cult. So we have a Patriarch down here. We've got a Magos. We've got another Magos. We've got a 10-man Acolyte squad. We've got another Patriarch. We've got Aberrants, Icon Ward, Abominant, Clamavis. We've got the Primus over here. We've got the Keller Morph back over here. We have another 10-man Acolyte squad back over here. So pretty brutal. We'll see if this is enough to have the second punch here to change the tide here, because we're going to have to do it this turn, because it was pretty rough first 2 turns there. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I also moved in the Locust over here. So the way it works out, the way I've got it here is the Locust, I paid 2 CP to get just out of 3 inches of his dude bro here. And I spent 3 CP for those guys to move up. They moved up 5 inches closer there. So I've only got 1 CP left because my Nexus is dead. But we'll see how this goes. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so we're going to start off with my Patriarch here, going to cast Mental Onslaught onto his Storm Talon there. So looking for a 6. Getting it with a 6. So now what we'll do is we have a contested dice roll-off with our, we add our leaderships to it, and we have the dice roll. So because he's within 6 inches of my Locust, he is -1 leadership, bringing him down to a leadership of, was it 7 or 8 he had? So he had leadership 8, so he's down to leadership 7. I've got leadership 10. So basically I have +3 to my roll against Max's roll over here. So here we go. Each failed test gives him a mortal wound. So the first one, I get a 6, he got a 3, so he takes a mortal wound. Thank you. You're going to keep track of this? All right. Harris is going to keep track of this. So here we go. That's 1. Oh, and a 5. So it ends there. He just takes the 1 more. Actually, I'm going to spend my last command point to re-roll this. Back into a 1. Of course, I roll it back into a 1. All right, so now my Magus here is going to cast Mind Control onto his into his Storm Talon. That goes off. So now I roll 3d6. Have to get over their leadership of 8. And I definitely do it, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so now he's going to fire everything into the Terminator squad here. So we're going to do the Twin Assault Cannon first. Hitting on 3s because he did move, but he's got strafing run. All righty. Not great. These are now strength 6, so 3s to wound. All right, so 3 wounds. He is fighting. That's what it is. He's fighting it. So it's 3 wounds. Now these are going to be at a AP -1, but they're in cover, so it's going to be 3 2-ups. Making them all. And then 2 crack missiles into them. So that is going to be 2 hits. Strength 8, so looking for 2s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. AP -3, so it's going to be... Oh, -2, so it's going to be looking for 3-up. And he's good with a 3-up. All right, so now my patriarch, not my patriarch, sorry, my other Magus here is going to cast Smite onto his warlord there.
No. Yes.
Going off with an 8, so that goes off. D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. And then my patriarch here is going to cast Might from Beyond onto this Acolyte squad, going off with a 7. All right, so now my Killer Morph is going to start us off in the shooting phase, firing into his captain over here. So I've got 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, so I missed 2 of them, but because of those 4 hits, I get to make 4 more shots. So that's going to be 4 more hits, so I got 8 hits here. These are going to be wounding on Strength 4, so wounding on 4s. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP -1, so 4 3-up saves. Failed 2 of them, that is 4 damage, and I believe he's might be dead. All right, so now the Acolytes here are going to fire into his Terminators. So I've got 10 shots from them, hitting on 4s. All righty then. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds, 2 2-up saves. Making them both. My Magus here is going to shoot his auto pistol. That is a hit. That is not a wound. My Magus here is going to fire his pistol into those guys. That's a hit. That is not a wound. Clamavis and the Acolyte Icon Ward are going to fire into them. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. 3-up save. No, takes a wound. And my Primus is going to fire his needle pistol into them. That's a hit. Wound on a 2. No wound. All right, so now my Patriarch here is going to charge into his captain over here. I need a 9-inch charge because the Patriarchs don't get the benefit of the cult creed because they have the Genestealer keyword, which is not great. So he's going to need a 9-inch charge to get into him over there. And he's not going to make it. This Patriarch here is going to charge into his Terminators over here. So you're going to need a 9-inch charge to get through. They can't see him because he's behind the wall over there. So looking for a 9-inch charge. Not in. All right, so now my Acolytes are going to charge into his Terminators over here. So he's going to fire Overwatch. We'll do the Storm Bolters first, right? Yep. So he's going to be hitting on 6s. Getting a couple in there. Looks like 4 of them. All right, so these are going to be Strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. 3 5-up saves. Not making any. And frag missiles. So that's going to be looking for 8 shots here. These are going to be looking for 6s again to hit. No hits there. So they do benefit from the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor benefit here. So these are going to be looking for an 8-inch charge to get in. Nope, they don't make it either. All right, so now my Aberrants here are going to charge into his veterans over here. So we've got Overwatch from them. Hitting on 6s. Getting 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on toughness 4, so 4s to wound. No, nothing there. So they have, they're 4 inches away because I rolled a 5 for their, when they dropped in over there. So they're going to be in there. They also have Four-Armed Emperor, which is +1. They're within range of my Abominate, so that gets +1 there. And they're within range of the Clamavis, which gives them +1 there. So they're going to have +3 to this charge. So I have a 4-inch charge, +3 inches. As long as I roll a 1, they're in. And they, not by much, but they're in. And now my other Aberrants are going to charge into his attack bike over here. Multi-melted does hit, wounding on a 2. That is not a wound. You're going to spend a command point to reroll it. Doesn't wound. And the bolters getting no hits there. So they have a +3 to their charge as well. So they're looking for a 6-inch charge to get in. And they're in. My Abominate's going to charge into his veterans over there. So I am also going to need a 6-inch charge to make it in. And he's in. And now my Acolytes here are going to charge into his captain and the squad over here. So we're going to start with the bolters from this captain with his Storm Bolter and the bolter shots and bolt pistol. Hitting on 6s. Getting 3 hits.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s because of the captain. All right, so it's going to be 3 hits. These are going to be looking for 3s to wound. getting 2 wounds, 5 up saves. Making neither of those. And then a frag missile from the missile launcher. That is going to have 6 shots. He's doing the frag shots. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. Rerolling that 1. Whoa, all over the place, but not a hit. And getting +1 because of the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor, so looking for an 8-inch charge. Not gonna make it. All right, so now my Hammer Bros are gonna start us off in the fight phase. They're gonna be attacking in here, 2 attacks each, because they're within 9 inches of my my Primus, who I gave the Warlord trait of, because I spent, I don't know, I think I mentioned it, I spent Brood Coven, so I spent a command point at the beginning of the game, gave him a Warlord trait, gave my Magus a Warlord trait, and then I gave my Patriarch, who is my Warlord, the Warlord trait. So these guys now are within range there, so they're going to be hitting on 3s, +1 to hit. They're -1 to hit because of the weapon. So these are going to be the hammer shots. I'm going to roll over here so it doesn't actually knock into a billion things. These are going to be hitting on 3s, hits of 6s because they're within 6 inches of the Abominant, count as 2 hits. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so I ended up with 15 hits out of the 16 attacks because I got 4 6s and 5 misses. These are now going to be strength times 2 because of the hammer, so strength 10, they're tough 5, so wounding on 2s. Alrighty then, we'll come back to you with their save. All right, so 2 of the guys have storm shields on there. So we've got 13, so he's gonna do 2 at a time because each fail is gonna be a dead guy. So 1 guy is dead. 2 guys are dead, and then the other ones are 6 up saves.
He's dead.
He's dead too, so that wiped the squad. So now my other guys here are going to attack into his attack bike. 2 attacks each from them as well. They're going to be hitting on 3s. They're not within range of the Primus, so hitting on 3s. Alrighty. These are with the power hammers for picks first. So these are going to be strength 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Alrighty. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at AP -2. So we've got 6 5-ups. No, he is definitely dead. Even if I only rolled 1 for them, they're dead. All right, and that is it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 2. Could have gone worse. Could have probably gone better, but you know, that's the way it rolls. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Space Marines here on turn 2. Movement phase for the Space Marines here. One of the Storm Talons moved over this way. The other one moved over that way. So yeah, crossing in the night over there. I've got his 2 veteran squads moved up over this way, as did his captain. The Terminators over here stood still on the objective. This veteran squad moved up around the corner. This attack bike moved up around the corner. These Space Marines, a few of them shuffled around, but not the plasma cannon dude bro. His captain moved down over this way, so he's still within 6 inches of them. And then they all stood still where they were, as did the scouts. And in from Deep Strike Reserve, his Terminators and his chaplain, not captain, are down there. So that is the movement phase for the Space Marines here on turn 2. Well, turn 3. We'll come back to you after with the shooting phase. All right, starting us off here, the captain is going to shoot at my Magus over here. So hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of himself.
Good thing, too.
Yeah, good thing he can help reroll. All right, still missing 1. These are going to be wounding on 3s.
So that's 2 -1s.
2 -1s, and then 3 regular saves. All right, so we got the 2 at -1 are going to be 6 up saves. Making 1, failing 1, and then I've got 3 regular saves, 5 up saves. Making 1 of those, so he's still alive. All right, so this veteran squad here is going to fire. The plasma gun and melta-gun are going to go into my Patriarch. 1 of the bolters is going to go into the Magos over here. The other 2 are going to go into my Magos over here. And the Storm Bolter into this Magos over here. So we're going to go with the, which one first? Melta-gun first, hitting on a 3. That is not a hit. Supercharging the plasma gun. That is 2 hits. These are strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP is going to be, doesn't make it a 3, AP -3, but his invul save is a 5 up, but he has the amulet of the Void Worm, which gives him +1 to saves against shooting. So I'm going to have 2 4-up invul saves. And I make 1, fail 1. Bolter into my Far Magus over here. That is going to be 3 hits. Wounded on 3s. There's going to be 3 wounds. 3 6-up saves because they are -1 with the Storm of Fire. No, he is dead.
Oh, let's see.
And then the other bolter shots into the Magus over here. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, just a bunch of 2s there. Yeah. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 3s. Alrighty. So that's going to be 1 at AP -1 and 3 regular saves. So we got 1 at AP -1, +1 because he's in cover, so a 5-up save. Nope, did not make that one. And then there's 3 4-ups because he's got +1 because of cover. And make all 3 of those. Okay. All right, so now this squad is going to fire the 2 special weapons into my Patriarch. They're going to fire 1 set of bolters into him. No, yeah, right?
So Sergeant Stormbolter plus his
Sergeant and Stormbolter are going to fire into here, and then the other 2 are going to fire into the Magus over there. Yep. So we're going to go with Meltagun first.
Rerolling for the captain.
Rerolling 1s because of the captain.
That'll hit.
That'll wound. So he gets a 4-up invul save. No, goes through.
3 wounds.
3 wounds. And then the plasma gun is going to supercharge.
Yeah, I already declared it.
Rerolling 1 because of the captain. So that's not a hit, but not a blow up, which is good. But 1 does hit, so that's going to be wounded on 3. That's a wound. 4-up invul save. No, he is dead. I'm going to spend the free reroll that my Warlord gives me. Or the Warlord trait that I gave the Magos.
Back into a 1.
Wait, was this one here? Yeah. All right, into the 1. So he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. Bolters into this guy over here. Rerolling 1s. All right. Wounding on 3s.
All wounds?
That's all wounds, no AP. So no AP -1. So it's going to be 6. 4 up because of cover there. Making 3 of them, so he is still alive.
Into the Magus, sorry.
And the other 8 are going into my Magus over there. So re-rolling 1s, that's all good. Not getting that one there. So these are now going to be wounding on 3s.
So
all but 2
and 1's -1.
So 1's at -1. So we'll do the 1 -1, which means that he's got a 5-up save because he's got cover there. Nope. So that's going to be 1 through, and then we got 4 regular 4-up saves. Nope, he did. These veterans here are not going to fire. They're going to fire the Meltagun into my Patriarch over here, and then they're going to fire the bolter guns into my Acolytes. So we're going to do the Meltagun first. That is not a hit. And here come the bolter shots into my Acolytes. Me Acolytes. So,
bunch of misses.
All right, bunch of misses there. These are not going to be wounding on 3s. Thank God they're not within 6 inches of your captain.
Yeah, seriously.
So that's going to be 6 wounds there.
Yep, 6 5-ups.
So 6 5-up saves. We'll get back here. Drop dice don't count. So that is going to be 4 dead Acolytes. Now the multi-melting from here is going to fire into my Patriarch, and the bolters are going to fire into my Acolytes. So the multi-melta hitting on a 4 because he moved. That's a hit. On a 3, that's a wound. 5-up invul save. Yeah, he good. Woo! He good. And now here come the bolter shots. So that's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. No wound. And now the Storm Talon is going to fire his twin assault cannons into my Locust here, and he's going to fire 2 crack missiles into my Aberrants with the picks. So we're going to do the twin assault cannon first, hitting on 3s because he moved. Rerolling 1s because of the captain over there. Good thing you moved within the captain's range.
Well,
oof. All right, and these are now going to be strength 6, so wounding on 2s. Alrighty.
Not as good.
So that is going to be 5 wounds, and I forgot my dice. All right, so it's going to be 5 AP -1 +1 because he's in cover. Almost enough, but not enough. And then the 2 crack missiles into my Aberrants with the picks. Rerolling 1s. So that is going to be 2 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. AP -2. Yep. That's going to go straight through. So 1 at a time. So the first one's 4 damage, which becomes 3 damage. So we've got 3 5-up ignoring wounds because of Bestial Vigor. Making one of them, so that's one guy dead. Okay. And then the next one has 4, which again is 3 5-up. Making all of those. Super good. Acolytes. All right, so now the Terminators here are going to fire into my Acolytes. So we're going to have 2 crack missiles and 20 Stormbolter shots. So we'll do the crack missiles first. That is going to be 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 1 wound. So that is going to be 1 guy, AP minus 2, right? Yes. So that's 1 guy just dead. And now the Stormbolter shots, hitting on 3s. We'll come back to that. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, 8 wounds onto them over here. So these are going to be looking for 5-ups. Yeah, they're dead. Captain here is going to fire Stormbolter into my Killer Morph. So it's going to be 4 shots hitting on 2s. That's all hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. That is all wounds. So it's got 4-up saves because he is in cover. Make all but 1. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into my Acolytes over here. So we're going to go with, what are we going to do first?
Bolters.
Bolters first, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. That's a bunch of 2s though. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds, 3 5-up saves, making none of them. Now I got the frag missile that's going to be firing in there. That is going to be 3 shots, hitting on 3s, getting all hits, looking for 3s, getting 1 wound, not making a save. This squad over here is going to have 2 guys with bolters firing into my Keller Morph over here. And then are going to have the plasma cannon and the other bolter firing into my Primus over there. All right, so we're going to start with the bolters here into these guys. They did move, but they are within 12, so they still get the rapid fire for that. So it's going to be 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Okay, getting 3 hits. He's going to be wounding on 3s, getting 2 wounds. Not making saves. And now the plasma cannon and bolter into my Primus over there. We're going to do the cannon first, D3 shots, getting 1 shot.
I will.
Going to spend a CP to re-roll that into 1 shot. So this is going to be hitting on a hitting on a 3. He didn't move, right? Yeah. So that's a hit. Would have been anyway. So wounding on a 2. No wound. And now the bolter. This guy didn't move, so he gets rapid fire. That's going to be 2 hits. That's going to be 1 wound. And he's good because he's in cover. All right. So now the scouts here are going to fire. 3 of these guys are going to fire into my Primus. The one guy is going to fire into them because that's all you can really see, and then the other guy is going to fire into my Abominate. So we're going to go with which one first?
Primus.
Primus first, so 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Getting 2 hits. These are wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. 4-up save. You good. I'm going to shoot the one into my Acolytes back over here. That is a hit. That is a wound and a mortal wound. And they make the save though. And the one guy onto the Abominant over there. That is a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so now his Storm Talon here is going to fire into my Patriarch. So we're going to go with crack missiles first. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s because of strafe run. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds.
It's much less of an impetus to
5-up saves. Nope, failed them both.
D6.
2d6 damage. He is dead. All right, so the Terminators here are going to start us off by charging into my Hammer Aberrants. So looking for a 9-inch charge. Not making it. Going to spend a command point to re-roll it. They're making it. And now the Chaplain's going to charge into my Hammer Aberrants. And he's going to make it. All right, so now the Captain is going to charge into my Keller Morph. So fire and Overwatch, looking for 6s. Getting 2 6s, which means I get 2 more shots.
Remember your iron hands this time.
Yes.
No hits on those ones. These are wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, AP minus 1.
4-up armor?
No, goes through. 2 wounds, so 2 6-up, feel no pains. For iron hands.
Scars.
Come on, baby.
No, he is dead. All right, starting off the fight phase. I heroically intervened, by the way, with my Abominate. So now his Terminators are going to attack into my Genestealers here. So they've got 3 attacks from the Sergeant, 2 attacks from the rest of them. These are going to be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s and 2s because of the Chaplain over there. All right, so re-roll those 1s and 2s. Those 3s are out. Alrighty, so that's 2 more misses. These are now going to be strength 8, so wounding on 2s. Alright, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 wounds there. That one was not a wound, right? The one's not a wound. So that's going to be 6 wounds there. These are 3 wounds apiece, which get knocked down to 2 wounds apiece because of Bestial Vigor. AP minus 3 is going to go straight through their saves there. So now we're just going to go into Feel No Pains, Bestial Vigor, ignoring wounds on 5 ups. Making 1, failing 1. So the next one, failed 1, so that's going to be 1 guy dead. So that's 2 so far. Making 1, failing 1. Failing those, that's 2 guys dead. Then we've got the next one. Failing both of those ones, so that's another guy dead. And 1 more. Failing both of those ones, another guy dead. And now the chaplain's going to attack in. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. Re-rolling the 1s because of himself. All right, so that's going to be 2 hits. Strength plus 1 because of the Crozius Arcanum. So that is going to be 1 wound. AP minus 2 is going to go straight through, so it's 2 damage, correct?
Yes.
So that becomes 1 damage, which now gets to be ignored on a 5-up. And he's good. All right, so now my aberrants are going to attack back. I've got 2 into the Terminator Chaplain over there. So they're going to be 2 attacks, hitting on 3s because of the Primus is within 9 inches. So that's going to be 3 hits, wounding on 2s. That's going to be 3 wounds, so going to his 4-up Rosarius save. 3 of them. Failing 2 of them, so he is dead.
3.
All right, 6 feel no pains. Nope, yeah. 4 he is dead. He's actually got 5 wounds, so he is down to 1 wound. And now the 2 into the Terminators over there. So that is going to be 4 hits, wounding on 2s. So that is going to be 3 wounds, AP minus 3, so 5-up invul, or 3-up invul saves because they got storm shields, so 3 of them. Failing 1 of them, so 3 damage. 1 of them is dead. Iron Hands, keep forgetting about that. No, now they're dead. And now my Abominant is going to attack in there. He's got 3 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he's within range of the Primus. That's cocked. That is going to be 3 hits. 2 6s means that I get 2 additional hits, so that's going to be 5 hits total. These are going to be strength like 12, so it's wounding on 2s. All right, so that is going to be 5 wounds there, 3-up invul saves. Failing 2 of them, so one at a time now. We got to do this, so it's going to be 6 d6 damage, which becomes a minimum of 3, so it's going to be 3 damage. Iron Hands. Ooh, so that guy's still alive. So then the next one is going to be 3 damage again. No, he is dead. All right, so that is the end of the Space Marines' turn here. I've got leadership test to take back here. Lost 5 guys. +1, they're good to go. These guys lost 4. +2, they're good to go. So that is going to be it. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. These acolytes moved up towards here. My Kellamorph stood still. My aberrants are moving into the building over here. These aberrants stayed in combat where they were, and the Abominant stayed in combat where he was. And these other characters all moved in closer this way. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with, he's killed all my psychers, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. So my Kellamorph is now going to fire 2 guns into these guys. Yeah, no, 1 gun into these guys, 2 guns into these guys here. So we're going to start with the 2 guns into here, hitting on 2s. So that's going to be another 3 shots. Oh, not great on that one. So that's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is going to be 2 wounds. AP -1, so +1 because of cover, so 2 3-ups. Fails 1 of them. That's 2 damage though, so Iron Hands, 6 ups. No, he is dead. And then the 1 gun into these guys over here. That's going to be 2 more shots. That is 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -1. You've got one guy out of cover over here, so we got to do this one at a time. So over here, 1 second. All right, so it's going to be AP -1, so it's looking for a 4-up. He's good. Second one. 4-up, good. Third one. So 2 up, 6, looking for 2 wounds, so 6 ups. Nope, that is a dead guy. Now these guys are going to shoot into them. 3 auto pistols. Getting 3 hits. Getting 1 wound. 2 up save because they're in cover. Good. All right, my aberrants are going to charge into his snipers over here. So Overwatch. Hitting on 6s. Nope, no hits there. They are in. Now my acolytes are going to charge into his squad over here. So Overwatch.
Probably fire.
So we're going to have... All right, so now they're going to fire Overwatch here. So we've got the bolters first. So there's got 2 guys with bolters there. No 6s there. Then we've got a frag grenade. It's going to be thrown by the sergeant there. Getting 6 shots. These are going to be, again, hitting on 6s. Not getting anything there. And then we've got a frag missile. That's getting 6 shots. Hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit there. No wound. All right, my guys need a 5-inch charge to get in. Ooh, they're in. All right, so we're gonna go over here first. We're gonna start with my the heavy rock saws. These are going to be hitting on 3s. So that is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, AP -4. 2 damage apiece. So 6 up first, 2 at a time. Iron hands, so 6 up. Nope, dead guy, and then 6 up. Dead guy. And then my leader's attacks in here. 3 attacks. Ooh, not hitting. That is cultist knife. Woof, okay. All right, so now he's going to spend 2 points to interrupt with his Terminators over here. So they're going to be attacking into my Abominant here. So we're going to have 3 base for the Sergeant, plus 2 each for the other guys. So these are going to be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s and 2s because of the Chaplain. Re-roll those 1s and 2s. All right, so that's going to be 5 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s.
P5?
Yeah. So that's going to be 2 wounds. Those go through, though, so they're going to be reduced down to 2 wounds apiece because of Bestial Vigor. And I'm ignoring wounds now on a 5-up. Ignoring 2 of them, so he takes 2 wounds. All right, so now my aberrants here are going to attack into his scout squad. So we're going to go with the regular attacks first, hitting on with the picks, hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you. Wounding on 3s. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 AP -2. So we've got 7 6-up saves. 1 second. All right, so 7 6-up saves. Making 3 of them, which is pretty good. So those 4 are going to be D3 apiece. So we'll do the first one. It's going to be 1. 6, feel no pain. Nope, that's a dead guy. Second one is going to be 3. That's 2 dead guys.
Third one?
3. Another dead guy. And 4, 2. Another dead guy. And now the Rending Claw attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. All right. So 2 6s. These are AP -4. So those are just going to go straight through. And then these 2 are AP -1. So 2 5-up saves. Making 1 of those. So then you can just do 3 6-up, feel no pains. No, he is last guy dead. All right, so now my aberrants are going to go. So we're going to have 2 into his Chaplain, 2 into his Terminators. So we're going to do the 2 into the Chaplain first. Hitting on 3s because the Primus is within 6. There's 2 of them there. So that's going to be 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds, 3 4-up invul saves. Makes 1 of them, so then you have 6 6-up, feel no pains. No, did a pretty decent job, but he is dead. And then the other 2 into the other Terminators, hitting on 3s, so that's 3 hits. That's 3 wounds. 3 up invul saves. Fails 1 of them, so it's going to be 3 damage. So it's going to be 3 Iron Hand saves. Takes down to 1 wound. All right, so now his tactical squad's going to attack into my guys here. So we got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. Not a save. So now my Abominant's going to attack in. He's got 3 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s because of the Primus there. So that is 2 hits there because of that one. So that's 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is all wounds there. So these are going to be AP minus a bunch. So 3 up invul saves, 4 of them.
How you doing, Brad?
Failing 2 of them. So the first one does 4 damage. So 4 6-ups. That is a dead guy. And then the next one is cocked. Does 3 damage. 3 damage. It's a minimum 3. And that is a dead guy. All right, and that is it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you with the movement phase for the Space Marines on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Space Marines. These guys stayed in combat here. These guys stayed still where they were. Over here. This guy moved up over around here. The flyer, did he drop into hover mode?
His did.
His dropped into hover mode, moved over this way. These guys are not his. His Terminator fell back out of combat, and these guys all moved up around here looking on them, and he just turned and moved up over this way. So that, and the Terminators back here stayed on the objective. So that is going to be it for the movement phase, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so these guys are going to shoot into my Aberrants. He's going to supercharge his plasma gun, so we've got, we're going to do what at first?
Plasma, then Melta.
Plasma, then Melta, and then we'll do the bolters.
Melta first.
Melta first. So we're going to Melta first. That is a hit. That is a wound. -4 is going to go straight through. So it's going to do 5 wounds, which becomes 4 wounds. Ignoring them on 5-ups. It's not going to make a difference. I can re-roll once because of the Bestial Vigor, because of the banner, but it doesn't make a difference. Even though I made it, still 2 wounds is going to kill a guy. And now the plasma guns. That is going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 1 wound. -4 because of the +1 there. So that's going to go straight through. So it's going to be 2 damage because he's supercharged. Down to 1. Not ignore it, but getting to reroll Bestial Vigor rolls of 1 because of the icon ward there. And a 6 makes you save. Bolters are now going to fire. All right, rerolling 1s. So you got 1 more in the middle there.
Yeah, let's get that 2 out of there.
Yeah, get that 2 out. All righty. We'll come back to you. All right, looking for 4s to wound. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, we've got 3 -1s over here. So these are going to be 6-up saves. Making 1 of them. And then ignoring wounds on a 5-up. Ignored 1 of them, so I've taken 1 wound so far. And then I've got 3 more 5-up saves, 6-up saves. So those all go through. And ignored 1 of those. So it's going to be 1 is wounded, 1 is dead. And then the next squad's going to do the exact same thing. Melt gun is going to be a hit. That is a wound. So it's going to go straight through. Doing 1 damage. Not ignored. All right, so now the plasma is not going to supercharge. He's going to be hitting on 3s. That's 1 hit. Wounded on a 3. No wound. And here come the bolter shots. All right, not looking. Oh, there's 1-1 there to reroll. And 1-2 out. All righty, and these are now going to be wounding on 4s. 6s are AP -1. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, 2 AP -1s. So that's going to be no saves there. 6-ups or 5-ups. Nope. So that is the last guy dead. And then the other squad inside there is going to fire into my Abominant. So we're going to melt a gun first. That's re-rolling because of the captain. No, not hit. And here come the bolters. All right, pretty good. These are now going to be wounding on 5s.
No 5s, but we got 3 -1.
3 6s, so those are going to be 3 AP -1s. 6-ups. Nope. 5 ups. Making 1, re-rolling these 2 ones. Making another 1, so he takes 1 wound. And now the captain is going to shoot. On 2s, re-rolling those 1s because of himself. Alrighty, these are now going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 2 6s, so 2 6 ups. Nope, 5 ups. No, and he is dead. Reroll the 1. No, still dead. All right, so now the Storm Talon here is going to fire a assault cannon into my my dude bro here, and he's going to fire into the Clamavis with the crack missiles, so frag missiles. So here come the twin assault cannon, hitting on 3s because of because of strafe and run, and then re-rolling 1s because of the captain. All right, those are all hits. Wounding on 2s. Doses. Okay, so that's going to be 7. So we've got 7. Give me that dice. 7 6 ups. Nope, he is dead. And then the frag shots.
8.
All right, 8. So here we go.
New York, they had all that stuff. They were good on. It was just the fact they were arguing. They wanted to have.
All right, re-rolling 1s because the captain. Not meant to be. These are going to be looking for 3s.
25 or more dollars an hour.
Wow.
So that's going to be 3 4. 3. No, 4. Oh no, that's his wounds. No, that's not his wounds. That's not his wounds. Yeah, so 3 here. One of which is AP -1. So we do the AP -1. Nope, that's a wound, and then 2 regular ones. Making 1 of them. All right, so now this tactical squad here, the plasma cannon is going to fire into the Primus, and then the 2 bolters are going to fire into the Keller Morph. So we're going to do with the bolters first. That is 3 hits. Wound on 3s. That is 2 wounds. Failed them both, he did. Plasma cannon is going to fire here. He's going to supercharge here. So he's going to get 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. So he gets 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 1 wound. AP -3 + 1 is just going to go straight through his armor. It takes 2 wounds. Now his other Storm Talon is going to fire the twin assault cannon into my Primus. The frag missiles or crack missiles? Crack missiles into my duper there. So here we go. Here comes the crack missiles first. 2 shots, hitting on 3s because he's got strafe and run. That's 2 hits. These are now going to be wounding on 2s, and he is dead. And the twin assault cannon firing in over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he moved. Wounding on 2s. All right, so that is going to be 2, 4, 8. It's going to be 9 wounds over here. So these are going to be looking for +1 because he's in cover, -1 because of the gun, so looking for 5s. No, he is dead. All right, they're going to fire their bolt pistols into my dude bros back here. That's going to be no hits. All right, straight into the fight phase. His guys are going to attack over here. So we've got 4 attacks that are going to be coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. 2 5 ups. Failed him. All right, so that is the end of the Space Marines' turn here. And that is where we are going to end this game because I've got 1 squad of aberrants left on the table. And they've got pretty much their entire army. I think I killed 2 squads. I killed an attack bike squad. Oh no, I killed 3. I killed squads. I killed an attack bike squad. I killed a 4-man veteran squad and 1 other bike. So a little bit brutal of a game. All the naysayers that were like, oh, Genestealer Cult are broken. I mean, they're good. They're not broken, and it just goes to show you that they've made it less of a chance army than they had in the Index when you have a better idea of where things are going to drop in and when you can use them and whatnot. But there's still that issue of chance. I mean, anytime you're trying to make charges, even if you're making 8-inch charges versus 9-inch charges, it could still go horribly, horribly wrong, as you well saw. So a resounding victory for the Space Marines, probably thinking that they've cleared it out. I'm sure we've got a few guys still tucked deep down in the sewers somewhere that will continue to rise up the cult. Maybe another Genestealer that will become my new patriarch after you blew up another 2 that were on the planet. But yes, so a victory for the Space Marines, a well-fought victory. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponents were Harris and Max, and until next time, have fun.